Well, I'm Dave Kleiss, Mayor of the City of St. Cloud, Minnesota, and thanks for being here. As you know, the tragic events that took place at the Crossroads Mall on Saturday night, and since then it has been certainly a trying time for a community. The events that took place that night, an individual who clearly bent on evil, and the victims, the 9 victims that were stabbed. I'm happy to report that all 9 of those individuals have been released from the hospital. 3 were admitted as of yesterday at 7 a.m. All of them have now been released. But it's not only the victims that were stabbed, it's also the victims that had to witness, the victims that were in the mall. It's a Saturday night, individuals who, and the children who were in the mall that had to witness that, employees, but also the victims of a community that is strong, a community that has been united, and I can tell you, in the events of what took place on Saturday night, and the outpouring of support that I have witnessed, a community that clearly has that resolve and that strength and commitment. Clearly have witnessed that in the last few days, and the response that took place that night. Law enforcement, that connection and that community commitment was tremendous. The folks that our St. Cloud Police Department, the police departments of throughout the entire region, Sheriff's Office, Fire, EMS, ambulance, mall security, all of the folks working collaboratively, the BCA, that has been a tremendous response. And again, reiterating the tremendous respect and admiration I have for the off-duty Avon police officer who took down the attacker in the mall and clearly saved additional people from injury and potentially death. Today, we had an opportunity, and I want to thank Governor Dayton for being here today. We have had a tremendous amount of collaboration and coordination from the state and public safety, and we have been assured the resources, and we've had those resources, and we appreciate that collaborative effort in helping with the public safety aspect of this, and appreciate the governor's presence here. I'm going to turn it over to the governor, but that collaboration and connection is important, and it's important not only for the investigation going forward, which is the most important aspect right now, to make sure that we have all the information and we have it in a timely manner, and so that information can be out to folks, but also to make sure that we can get back to the normalcy that an individual, oftentimes with the intention to create an atmosphere of not having that normal aspect, to actually have that happen. So I want to turn it over to Governor Mark Dayton.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I'm here with Lieutenant Governor Tina Smith, and we're here to express to the mayor, to local law enforcement officials, and to the citizens of St. Cloud our deep concern for what occurred on Saturday night, and our desire to do whatever we possibly can to assist in this community's recovering from that, and coming together even more unified and stronger than ever before. I should say that President Obama called me this morning at about 9:30 Central Time and expressed his strong concern for what had happened. He had been told and offered whatever assistance we would need from anybody in the federal government, which we will take advantage of in the days ahead as needed. He had been briefed and was told, and he commented on as the mayor said, the excellent cooperation that has gone on in collaboration with the federal and state and local law enforcement officials. Very impressed with that. And he also asked me to convey to the law enforcement officer who saved, as the mayor said, probably saved other lives, his deep appreciation for his heroism that had that result. And the mayor emphasized in the meeting all the work that has been done previously, fortunately to the great credit of the leaders of St. Cloud, to bring people together, to unite people together, and that was going to be a renewed emphasis in the days that will follow, which I think is critically important. I implore the citizens of St. Cloud and really citizens throughout Minnesota to rise above this tragic incident and to remember our common humanity, our shared citizenship, and our shared desires to live together peacefully and constructively for the benefit of ourselves and our families and our communities. And I think this will be a critical time hereafter. I've offered to come up and do whatever I possibly can to assist that or support that, and will certainly be available to do so. But again, I commend your chief of police and your first responders. From all accounts, including the mayor's, has just been outstanding with the rapidity of the response Saturday night and the way in which all have worked so well together. The training that St. Cloud has provided for its law enforcement officials and really paid off on Saturday night in a crisis. And we all owe the chief and all of the law enforcement officers in St. Cloud who responded, I guess from other communities as well, our gratitude for their responses, which saved lives. So that will respond to any questions. The mayor asked that you please not ask the same questions that he's been asked 1,000 times before, but to respond.
Governor or Chief Anderson, I know the president spoke this morning and said there didn't seem to be a connection between what happened here, what happened in New York, New Jersey. I know that you didn't want to go as far as to say that yesterday. I mean, can you elaborate on that connection, the lack thereof now today?
Sure. Well, as I've stated, right now, we have not uncovered anything that would suggest there's a nexus between those events. We are working in conjunction with the FBI because they can better determine that than we. If that changes, we will be transparent about that and we will get that information out. But as I talk to you today, we haven't uncovered anything that would suggest anything other than it was a lone attacker at this point.
Chief, what have you found, if anything, in relation to ties to potential terrorism, any evidence that was found in the apartment on his electronic devices, anything like that?
Nothing so far, but we are in the beginning stages of this investigation. And so right now what we are doing is trying to find out as much as we possibly can about that individual. The directive I gave my staff was that I want to know everything about this individual since the day he was born until last Saturday.
To be clear, you have found no evidence of any ties to terrorism or any communications with people who are terrorist sympathizers?
As I talk to you today, we have not uncovered anything that would suggest anything other than it was a lone attacker. If that changes, we will be transparent about it.
Is there anything you can tell us more about the stabbing suspect? Anything new that can be?
Nothing right now. Again, this is an active investigation with a lot of moving parts, and we are as anxious to provide you with information as you are to have it, but we won't compromise the investigation to do that. What we will do is when we do have something that we can release, we will be expeditious about that.
Kleiss has put out a statement that said that he is a soldier, or was a soldier of their movement.
I saw that.
And you haven't turned up any reason for them to say that so far.
Well, I can't think of a reason for most of what ISIS does, to be honest with you. But as we talk today, I don't have anything to make that connection. And if and when we find something, we'll share that with you.
Chief, I know there have been some worries among some people in the community about retaliation after this attack. Have you received any reports or any threats of that since Saturday night?
We spoke with our East African community, some of the elders and some community members yesterday after our afternoon press conference, and they did express their concerns and their fears. And as sad as that is, it didn't surprise me. But, you know, what I know about St. Cloud is this. No matter who fearmongers, yells racial epithets, or has myopic ideas about people who are different, it is not representative of this community at large. A lot of fine, hardworking people here, and we're going to do our level best to make sure that our entire community, not just our East African population, there are other groups that live here in St. Cloud that weren't born here. And our job is to make sure that they all get the same level of professionalism and safety. And that's a matter of course for us, and that won't change.
Maybe we could ask the leader of the faith community to talk about what you're doing, the faith community here, to move forward.
Terror has visited St. Cloud, and it is our job as members of this community for it not to find a home. We have an opportunity to be able to take advantage and take away the power that one person thought he was wielding and be able to use it for ourselves and show that we are a community that is very emblematic of that unity piece. As a result of the actions and the things that have transpired, the faith community has been actively moving since the moment that it began, and we are coming together even yet now. We will be meeting later on today across faith, so it'll be an ecumenical meeting to be able to talk about next steps. We are aware of all of the varying aspects and the relationships and the people and the communities that this affects. And so what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to give an opportunity for every one of those aspects to be taken into consideration, as well as being able to have steps that allow everybody to be able to process this and make it through. And no matter what their walk is, no matter what their color is, no matter what their religion is, this is an opportunity for us as a community to be able to come together and work together so that we can come to a place that we always have been working at and that we've always been working to be able to do this. I've been in this community for 20 years, and one of the things that I can tell you is that this community knows how to work together, and this is an example of that. Our very fine law enforcement community came together and did a wonderful job to keep people safe, and our faith community will now step up and take its cue to be able to make sure that as a whole group, we come out of this better than we came into this.
And I don't, the mayor shared with me the expressions of solidarity and support that he's received from citizens across St. Cloud. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, sir.
Well, clearly, in a tragic situation, oftentimes folks reach out and come together. What I have witnessed in this community is a tremendous amount of outpouring of support, emails, phone calls, texts, social media, in the aspect of community. Strengthened a community that's been strong. The intention of these types of acts are to shake that foundation. This foundation is solid, and not only from the community, but from the state, from the country, and quite frankly, from the world. A lot of that, and so that is an important aspect of what's been witnessed, and clearly that is what this community is, and. Can't say enough about how important that is, that community building, that relationship, and that's stuff we do on a regular basis, and that was strengthened, I've witnessed that strengthening in the last few days.
I think we got time for one more. Given the relationship with Cloud, are there fears among local and state officials here about how this attack Saturday may strain those efforts to improve relations among some of the different communities of color and different things?
Well, first of all, your question, the racial tensions that are in St. Cloud are no different than that are happening across the country. In fact, I would say St. Cloud has been a leader in actually working on community building over the years. So I would disagree with that premise to begin with. We have had No, I said I would disagree with the premise that it's only in St. Cloud. I guess it's across the nation, but this is a situation where we have been a strong community. We have been working on relationship building for a very long time prior to this incident. It's even more important that we continue that focus, and we're going to continue to do that. We're going to make sure one of the challenging aspects is that when a situation like this, people are afraid, and we're going to make sure that we do everything to ease that fear, and particularly in the community, and that requires making sure that people come together. In this, I was out this morning at the mall talking to the employees. It's open today for the first time. There's that fear, but the community building piece, the people need to know we've added extra security. They know that from the law enforcement, that security is going to continue, but that relationship piece, that outreach and that intentional relationship piece, having conversations, and this is an opportunity to continue to have conversation and dialogue with each other, and that's going to continue to strengthen.
Thank you.